everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Before you watch the fan cam, big up to our partners, Foco. The Hawaiian shirt is back, people. To be honest with you, I've got a backpack down there. It's got a hoodie in it. I thought I might have to use it. That's why I got the jeans. But the sun is out, the Foco is out, the Hawaiian shirts are here. And look, they're not going anywhere. There's a link down below. There's a QR code as well. Click the link, scan the QR code, use the discount code cfctvyt for 15% off. Have a great day. Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm outside Stamford Bridge after a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace. Lewis, I saw you before the game. We were smiling. I saw you after the game. You weren't smiling.
Yeah, post-hangover and all that, innit? Oh, that game hurt. That game really hurt because genuinely we had everything in our plate. And I think we just bowled it personally. Like, you could see the panic start to set in as soon as we conceded. And it was literally night and day from when we conceded. I do think Palace also improved in the second half themselves as well. They were a lot smarter on the ball than they were in the first half. And I think they defended better in terms of like handling Noni, handling Palmer. They started piling up the right-hand side. And I think they did well in the second half. But for us, like, first half, I think we played well. We minimized the attacks. I don't remember Palace having anything clear-cut except maybe that like Wharton shot. I thought we did well in transition. Noni was frying their left back. Palmer was doing good. Jackson, I think he had a good game overall. Then we just concede and you see the doubt creeping. We're over touching everything. The fluid football has now just become a lot more static. Off the ball, we're not moving as much, which means the passing is very easy to read. And you could see that with how Palace were just getting in the way of every single pass we were trying to make in the final third.
Are you just talking about the second half, or are you talking about the first half as well?
No, that's the second half. Okay. First half, I thought no problems. Genuinely no problems. It looked like a second goal was coming. But the second goal didn't come. And like, I'm not even really blaming anyone for not killing the game off in the first half, because I think we had good opportunities. Dean Henderson was just on a mad one. Like, their goalkeeper probably was man of the match. It should have been 3-4 going into the second half. But what are you going to do when a goalkeeper has a good game, innit? You can't blame anybody for that. Just annoyed with how we handled that second half and how we handled going behind, because we turned a winnable game into a game where it's just like, end the match before we concede a second. Because we looked lost after we conceded. That's my problem.
I mean, so you generally think we were lost? I mean,
second half I thought we were.
I mean, Palmer was certainly frozen out of the game, and I think once you get him out of the game, he's the player who gets us ticking. I saw him drop a lot deeper. He wasn't getting into the spaces, but then again, there wasn't as much space in the second half.
He was making pretty good space for himself too in the first half. It was just second. I don't get it. I really don't. And some of the stuff that we were trying to do as well, like, I saw Enzo playing as like, what, a centre back for like 20-30 minutes. Then you got Cole and Fofana, who's trying to drive the ball up from the wider areas of the pitch. Then you've got, like, the fact Enzo even played the whole 90 is just that's another problem in itself, because he was probably our worst player. What else? How long it took to bring Nkunku on? Neto coming off. Like, Neto didn't get a lot of service, but when he did, I thought he was doing pretty well. And then we bring him off, and then we move Felix wide, and like even for 5-10 minutes, I saw Enzo operating off the left-hand side. Then we bring on Nkunku, and I think it's like 20 minutes too late.
I would have thought that Palmer would have then gone to the right, and Nkunku in the middle, but Maresca's just said stay where you are, and Nkunku was on the wing, which I don't think he did a terrible job, to be fair, but it's not his natural position.
It came on too late to really impact anything, so can't even really judge his performance like that. I wanted to see him come on a lot earlier. But then there was also like bringing Mudryk on. Like, the whole second half just felt like an absolute mess.
Why did you think Fernandez had a bad game? What makes you say that? Because some people think he had a really good game, especially in the first half. I mean, I thought in the first half he was all right.
Pass to Noni. I think that's his highlight of the game, though.
Second half, I can agree with you.
First half, I think the same thing too. Like, it was just. First half, it was more like just underhitting and underhitting and underhitting. Like, you see the idea, but the execution isn't there. Second half, it feels like we're just doing a bit too much hero ball. Like, I'm seeing him hoof long balls out to Jackson. Like, it's not going to work. It's going to work like 1 time out of 10, if anything. And then just the more overhitting, more underhitting. Like, I don't know how anyone can be saying he had a good performance. I think it was poor. And to be honest, like, there's been question marks around him all season, basically. Well, first 3 or 4 games, obviously, but it's not been a good start from him. And that game, yeah, no one can tell me he had a good game. He didn't.
Do you think he was our worst player?
Arguably. You could make the argument for it, but, like, don't think anybody really did much for themselves bar Noni, Jackson. Actually, no, to be fair, I think Colwell and Fofana weren't even that bad. Our problems were more on the wings. Like, Gusto struggled in transition. Cucurella struggled in transition at times. They had some good blocks when you're putting it into the box afterwards, but the transitional battle now, we're losing that one. So, yeah, like, there was good performances. You know what? Probably Enzo was our worst player, the more I think about it. Yeah, he was.
Well, I mean, we look at the Neto substitution as well. We put Felix on the left, and I said to myself, I was like, well, thank God we brought Sancho in, because actually he would have been perfect in this game if you were looking for a direct replacement. Because Mudryk came on, he had a few balls in the box, but just lacking that spot. I don't think he was actually terrible, to be fair.
I don't think he was terrible, I just think he was Mudryk. Like, he didn't stand out for anything awful, but didn't really see a lot from him either. But even then, there was times where he wasn't being given any support and he's trying to take on 2-3 players all by himself. So I don't even want to, like, get onto him too much, but I didn't see anything too much from him either. Just, I don't know why we didn't keep Neto on. Because even though he wasn't getting a lot of touches, I thought he could have offered us a lot more.
What about the striker situation? Do you regret us not signing Osimhen?
I regret how long we dragged it, if anything. Because with the whole Osimhen situation, I don't mind that he don't want to lower his wages. I don't mind that we don't want to break our wage structure. Fact is, if we made top 4, we would have been able to offer him the money that he wanted, because if we drop out of top 4, you lose 30% like the rest of the team. We're not in the Champions League, so you have to give him the base wage. I get that. Both sides are completely in the right. Why did this drag to deadline day? Why? That's my question, because we knew the whole way through the window he was not lowering his wage demands. Go for a plan B. Like, Tony was right there. Fits the way we play, Prem proven, he's on 30k a week. It was perfect. It was right there, and we never even bothered looking at him. And as soon as there was interest, Al Ali was there.
I guess I think the strategy from Chelsea was, as soon as Al Ali went for Tony, they thought Osimhen's definitely going to accept now, because he doesn't want to sit on the bench at Napoli, but now he is.
He said from the whole start that he didn't want to lower his wage demands. Like, even Fabrizio was saying that we offered him important wages and everything, but we were still very far off what from what he wanted. So ultimately, you're not even close. How have we dragged this so long? That's my only problem with it. In terms of not getting him, fine, I understand. There were other options that would have suited us and would have suited the structure, and we didn't bother. That's where I think we took the L.
What else is this team missing for the season? Because we can't reinforce any positions now. What else are we missing?
Lavia, simply put. Lavia in that midfield would have been completely different, because Caicedo had another good game. Enzo was poor, but Caicedo wasn't. Don't get it twisted. He had a lot of good blocks, a lot of good passes. I think he did his job well. Lavia. That's simply put what we're missing. In terms of up front, like, I didn't think Jackson was that bad. Noni was good until, like, he got triple marked. Don't think Palmer did too badly. It's just we didn't kill it off in the first half where we had the chance, and even then I'm not really annoyed at the attack for it. Henderson had a good game. What are you going to do? That's why, like, ultimately, like, I'm just more disappointed, if anything, because this game was so winnable. It was right there in our hands. All we had to do was just maintain a bit of composure, and we didn't. We absolutely shat the bed as soon as we conceded. Thank you.
And the referee to finish off.
Oh yeah, the referee's a prick. Like, he might as well have been wearing a Palace shirt, the amount of 50-50s that were going his way. Like, there were some decisions for us, like in terms of yellows, were deserved, but I did not see the same energy going towards Palace. I know there's arguments that the left back could have been sent off as well. I need to watch that one back personally. But I'm also not going to try and blame the ref for the performance and why we dropped points. Ultimately, it just wasn't good enough from us. Referee might have helped, but do we really want to come out of this saying, yeah, we won because the referee sent someone off and we dominated after? No. So, yeah, the ref's crap. The refs are usually crap. That is not going to be used as copium as to why we drew. So I'm not going to do that.